The Kingdom of Lern.
These are your bunks. You will train together, you will eat together, and you will sleep together. So, get comfortable with one another and get to know your brothers and sisters quickly. Training begins at dawn. Get rested. Your childhood ends here.
You are dawn-touched, and your marshal is Drakon. King Drakon.
Why do you
Virus.
sound excited to meet Dontae? It's nothing to be proud of, you know. My powers simply a walk younger than the most.
How young? Is that why you couldn't come to the Theria? Is that why King Drakon took you on as a ward? What was it like growing up connected to the source? And what was it like growing up with Drakon?
That's a lot of questions. Look, you probably don't want to let Master see you getting too close to me. They will give you hard enough time for only doing the sprint. But if they think you are getting close to me, they are only going to be tougher on you.
I thought you were smart. That's part of their game. They will try to drive a wedge between us. The other students, the Paid and the Errin, have had years to bond. I bet the Errin already formed a bunch of quads. Their bond is the source of their strength. And if the Masters and the others can push us sprinters away from each other, they will be able to keep us weak and show that they were right all along.
Well, it sounds like you had a pretty smart marshal.
Oh, they were a great teacher. Now, tell me, how old were you when it happened?
You mean when did I awaken?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
It's like the most traumatic thing that can happen to you. Everyone remembers their awakening.
I've just always had my connection. Always had the power to draw on the elements.
Wait, what? Always? Like, you don't remember because you awoke as a wormling?
Also, I'm told.
Oh my god. Go to sleep.
Isn't that, like, supposed to drive you to madness or something? You seem totally sane.
Well, you have only just met me. Maybe not true. I'm whispering threats and dancing in the shadows up here.
Nah, I can tell. Plus, if you were supping the Mad God's brew, they never would have let you in here.
You guys are, like, so rude. Could you, like, go to sleep already or whatever? I'm so tired.
I must protest. This is just not done.
And why should the reticence and timidity of my forebears
Timidity?
prevent me from seeking the betterment
Your
of
Majesty, Your Majesty, the ancestral monarchs are to be venerated, not
Do
disparaged.
calm down, Vizier. I count my own mother amongst them.
They are all our mothers and fathers, my liege. But you, of course, speak of the Mad Queen.
I would encourage you to be careful of how you speak of her, Vizier. The living flesh and blood who nurtured my soul.
Yes, of course, your Majesty. My apologies. To hear the king speak ill of the ancestors, I
Yes,
momentarily lost my
I will be
senses.
mindful of how I speak of our venerable dead.
Thank you, your Majesty.
As I write roughshod over the protocols and precedents which kept them trapped and bound like captured beasts.
Your Majesty, really?
Papa, see you when I get back from that.
Sire, at least take your royal guard.
It may be difficult to believe, Grand Vizier, but I'm not invading the country. Mother, it is I, Drakon. May I enter?
Please come in, Drakon. I'm finishing my prayers. great Solothar the Undying, hear our earnest plea. We stand before your might, humbled and resolute, seeking guidance from your unwavering strength. In our trials and tribulations, remind us of the fortress within, the resilience of spirit, the unyielding endurance granted to us by your divine example. When we are met with hardship, inspire us to growth, the truest measure of survival. In times of abundance, teach us to share our bounty. Let us not simply give, but teach and build, that all may rise to their own self-reliance. Solothar, grant us the will to embody your virtues, to face adversity with unyielding spirit, to empower those around us, and to find within ourselves the power to endure, to thrive, and to uplift others. In your hallowed name, we seek not just to survive, but to truly live.
I see Solothar has not lost her allure after all these years of silence.
Solothar was always silent, but you speak too much, and so irreverently of the gods. Child, may they have mercy on your soul. My boy, you've gotten old. Have you not been eating? How are you sleeping? You will never be king if you don't look after yourself.
I am king.
A coup. Do you think you are powerful enough to take the crown, my little flame?
Mother.
What cloud hangs over you, child? Why so sullen and serious?
This is not... Mother. My love for you is deep, but such love only deepens the weight of your forgetting.
I didn't teach you to speak in riddles, Drakon.
What year is it, Mother?
What a peculiar question.
But a simple one. What year is it?
Not so simple. The year of the age is not something one dwells on in their leisure time, surely.
Simple enough to work out. What was the last festival you remember?
We celebrated Cryox in spring just past. It marked our 240th year of our exile from the motherland. You took part in the races with Vosk, and you nearly caught the little lad, you great show-off.
I remember. I always hated how they rigged the race to let the singer win.
Well, you nearly ruined it for him. I'm glad you saw sense in the end.
I did. But, Mother, some 16 cycles have passed since that time. Much has changed. Young Vosk is dead. There are no more singers in Lern. I am king, and I've taken a ward of my own, Iskra. She calls me father, as I always hoped she would. You would love her. You did love her.
What is this, Drakon? Why would you make such cruel jokes?
I am going to bring you back into the palace in the floating cathedral. I want to keep you close.
I am in the palace. These are not my royal quarters, are they? Drakon,
You will retain status as Dowager, as my advisor. You will not be gentled or cast down whilst I am king. I promise to protect you. But, Mother, you must not pray to your foreign gods where it can be seen.
Solothar is not.
The council says it is the cult of Uma, and therefore a foreign infiltration. Mother, much has changed during your sickness. The council have gained much power under Kerren's stewardship. You must keep you must keep your eccentricities to a minimum whilst in the palace. I have assigned you a personal aide to help you
have
with...
assigned me a jailer.
An aide to ensure that your memory troubles don't...
Worse than a jailer, then? A nursemaid, to clean my backside and wipe the drool from my chin? Why have you not let them send me to the night, Mother, child?
Everything you worked for, Mother, all your long reign, it is within our grasp. I'll return to the old ways, before our exile turned us into into this.
I am tired, Drakon. Would you mind terribly if I...
Of course, Mother. I will return a few days hence to take you to the palace. Upon my homecoming from Vash.
The king leaves Lern to visit foreign warlords. Much has changed.
The troubles in Vash are over. The warlords are gone. I'm meeting with the special representative to the Peace Council to discuss an accord.
And you hope to deliver us all to the Night Mother.
I yet have faith, Mother. The people simply need to see. Once they do, the truth will speak for itself.
So, is he showing up, Kiv?
Aye, popped out for a charade, so it has.
The King of Lern coming here. That's a good one.
Your offices are rather more modest than I anticipated. I am embarrassed to admit I walked past them a number of times.
You're actually here?
My apologies. Did you not receive my missive? I sent it myself to this address.
I did receive your missive. It's just...
I should have anticipated. You thought it a joke or a ruse, I suppose.
No offense. The King of Lern coming here.
I appreciate that the headquarters in Budan might have made for an obvious choice for a royal visit. But time is of the essence in the matter states. My keepers do not like me to travel too far for too long. It seems that the lot of a monarch and that of a prisoner are the same. Even in the jailer speaks softly, and the cage is gilded in gold. Are you quite all right, Representative?
It's quite for Lernians. It's quite a surprise.
A pleasant one, I hope.
Please, Your Majesty. Please, sit down. I'll send for refreshments. I'm afraid you've caught me quite unawares. We traditionally ensure a certain level of pomp and ceremony for a royal visit. It's all quite unorthodox.
Have you had many royal visits in Gahoda, Special Representative? Unorthodox is such a restricting term. Think of this as innovation.
Please forgive my directness, Your Majesty, but...
Not at all. I prefer directness, in all honesty.
Forgive me, but I hope this innovation isn't just another euphemism for aggressive policy towards your neighbours.
Thank you, Special Representative, for addressing the colossus in the room. I know this may seem a little sudden and a little absurd. I'm sure if you understood the intricacies of the Lernian court, you would appreciate the rationale for my peculiar actions. And, had I all the time in the world, I would seek to avail you of those intricacies now. However, I feel that the development of mutual understanding is a project which exceeds the bounds of my short visit and must be something we seek together over a long period. I would like to speak plainly and reassure you. As I stated in my letter to you, I want peace. I truly want peace. And trust between our nations. I want Lern to be part of this world, not simply isolated and feared.
I suppose that's commendable. But isolated and feared? It's a bit of an understatement. I think there might be a gap of sorts between our respective understandings of the state of relations between us, between the treaty nations.
I suspect there are many areas on which we do not yet have common understanding. Such is the purpose of engagement, is it not? The end to which diplomacy tends.
It'd be enlightening to receive your perspective on something. An artifact, which has been straining relations for some time now. I reckon it's a long and difficult road you have us tread together.
That's why we need to start the journey now. The artifact. Perhaps my insights might be the first steps to helping us ease our strains and build bridges toward a more prosperous and peaceful tomorrow.
Right. Your optimism. I really hope that your optimism stands the test of what I'll show you. Maybe prudent in future, not to be so adorned in the symbols of your homeland. We wouldn't want to risk a diplomatic incident.
I am sure the Vastian authorities can keep us safe from malcontents during diplomatic visits. Would it not be constructive for the people of Vast to see the efforts Lern is making towards peace?
Truth be told, even if I had the time and foresight to inform the governor that you're here, I still would not. You're a greater risk from them.
Murderer! Monster! Animal!
No. Drakon's here on diplomatic.
I spit on you. I curse you. Your house and your name. May all of Lern be swallowed by Avernus.
Brother, I see your pain, your hate. I'm not your enemy. I'm here
Just basically move on. We're starting to attract the crowd, so we are.
Who is man enough to kill it?
I recommend you reconsider for brothers and sisters, I am...
We really need to move quickly, Your Majesty. Your use of power will have done little to dampen the fires of wrath here.
You are right. You're not yet ready to sow openly.
This is not what I wish for you to see, Your Majesty. Please, with me. It's just through here, Your Majesty. We built this thing to hide it from view after it appeared.
Appeared?
Please, go in.
Of course.
You seem quite speechless, Your Majesty. And a little peaky, if I do say so.
This just appeared?
Aye. Appeared right across Vash and Dranik by some accounts. Fairly regular over the last few years. This one, less than a 10-day heretofore. I guess it's a testament to the creativity of your people.
I have seen great brutality in my homeland. Representative, things which have filled me with great shame. But this is a novel form of barbarity. A depth of depravity I was not aware we had achieved. To have abused a living form so...
You may now have a clearer grasp of my confusion and skepticism, Your Majesty. I think it's fair to say we're getting mixed messages from your homeland. These horrors of mutilation and cruelty being dropped in our homes, making mockery of the flesh of our stolen kin. Kin stolen to serve your people's hunger for slave labour. The open threats and belligerence towards all the treaty nations. Your people's continuous and brutal support for the warlords who've plagued our lands for a century, for over 100 years. And then a visit, accompanied with pretty words, from the direct mouth of the king who visits all of this tragedy upon us, the very king who saunters through our streets with his head raised high, reminding all of us of his power and our impotence. What do you think would have happened if that crowd had harmed you, killed you? Do you think that your people would have forgiven it as some misunderstanding? Because I don't. I think the truth would have run red with the blood of my countrymen.
I would not have allowed that to happen.
The fucking stones.
Your countrymen. You are Vashin yourself, aren't you, Representative?
I am, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty. Those words must stick in your throat and taste as bitter bile on your tongue. You must hate me so.
Yes, Your Majesty, I do. Just being in your presence without visiting you with violence causes me a moral wound so grievous that I am unsure if I'll be able to live with myself. But alas, you could kill me with a single thought. And what would I have achieved? Except my own death and the destruction of my people?
I had hoped you might have been motivated by something other than fear.
Need I am, your majesty.
Hope.
Nothing quite so grand. Do you know what saved the world after the fall? At that moment, where the world seemed like it was going to be swallowed by darkness. When each and every man would be forgiven for seeking only his own safety and advantage. A fucking miracle happened.
The Treaty of Budan.
Aye. All the people of the North Hub put aside the wounds they carried, all the memories of injustice which bound them to hatred. They swallowed their pride for the survival of all.
So it is hope that burns within you.
It's not hope, your majesty. Even if I have no hope for Lern, I'll honour the courage and patience of those who came before me, even if it pains me to do so.
Even in my best intentions, I cause you harm. What can I do, representative, brother, to lessen your pain?
2 things. First, leave before the governor finds out you're here. And second, mean what you said here today. Let the smallest of trust that I'll afford you not be wasted. I think you know. Small gesture is not going to be enough. You need to give us something grand. Something which shows us that Lern is willing to hurt too. If you want to earn our trust.
Even if it pains me to do so, I will give you more than a gesture. The actions of Lern will speak for themselves.
Hey everyone, exciting news. We are rolling out the pilot episodes for a new tale, The Kingdom of Lern, showcasing the mysterious Lernians from the No Returniverse. So as we explore this fresh style and story, your feedback is crucial. It's all about refining our craft, with input from you before we fully dive in. We've got the first 6 episodes ready, each brimming with the No Returniverse charm, but with a unique twist. So, to share your thoughts, here's how. Use the text as link in the show notes for direct messages, super easy. Prefer to stay on Spotify? Why not just comment right there and we can keep it private. If that doesn't work for you, how about you jump into the lively discussion on the No Returniverse Discord via the link in the show notes. So, go on then, give the Lern episodes a listen and let us know what you really think. Whether you love or loathe the pilots, we're eager to hear from you. So, after each episode, remember this nudge and kick back and dive into the Kingdom of Lern. Can't wait to hear what you think.